Distinguished guests and participants from around the world, welcome to Ethical Finance Global 2023 Summit. I am Omar Sheikh, the Managing Director of GEFI, and I'm delighted to share the stage today with Judith Cruikshank, MD of Commercial Mid-Market at NatWest Group, who are our gracious hosts today.
Thank you, Omar. It's truly a pleasure to stand here today on behalf of NatWest Group and to welcome returning faces and first-timers to the GEFI Summit. We're absolutely delighted to welcome you all to Edinburgh. I'm glad to see it's a little bit sunnier today than it was yesterday, if a bit windy. As Vanessa said, Edinburgh really is the natural home for green and sustainable finance. GEFI, as all of you I'm sure know, have been a pioneer on the ethical and sustainable finance, starting their work in 2010. And this summit is now incredibly entering its 8th edition, and we've got a great lineup today.
Thank you, Judith. And by the way, this is a double act, so it's the first time we're trying this. So
we decided last year that it was a bit dull if you had to sit through me welcoming you and then Omar welcoming you, so we thought we'd do that jointly today.
And we're struggling with the one lectern as well. Right, yeah.
Very cosy.
But no, look, thanks, Judith. And for us, it's particularly relevant because NatWest Group has been both been our gracious host for the summit, but also for many years now, it's been on its journey towards becoming a purpose-led bank.
Financial purpose is a part of Scotland's past, present and future. From the world's first savings bank to its growing status today as a centre of excellence for green finance and sustainable investment. And we've been incredibly happy to host GEFI over that time and to work with them as we've gone through our journey as well. This summit, and indeed all of GEFI's work, has been characterised by a unique approach. We really look at GEFI as both thinkers and doers. They have a willingness to challenge established wisdom and to ask the tough questions. And I think yesterday's Hive sessions, for those who were attending, really showed that approach. Continuing that tradition, the theme for today is the ESG emergency. Omar, can you tell us a bit about what that means?
Sure, Judith. So absolutely, it's environment, social and governance issues, or ESG issues, as I'm sure you're all aware, have become increasingly prominent in the finance industry in recent years. But that itself has come with its risks. The ESG and by extension sustainability, because I know some people use that word as a risk term and some people use sustainability as a broader term, finds itself caught between a rock and a hard place currently. The market is seeing increasing litigation, tension points emerging between the E, the S and the G, and indeed a whole set of greenwashing, as many of you have seen, but also more recently green hushing, where people are dialing down their green credentials. And of course, the politicisation of ESG is also emerging through. So this fierce anti-ESG backlash and in arguing for its elimination in the investment process, whilst others are urging it to move beyond a risk-based approach towards creating impact. So it really is at a challenging juncture.
Great, and I look forward to, as I'm sure you do, to addressing these points through the course of today. As Vanessa said, we have a wealth of speakers and panel sessions today. In fact, I'm not actually convinced how we're going to fit them all in, but we're going to tell you a little bit more about what we've got coming up. We're going to kick off with a keynote from one of the top academic voices in the field, Alex Edmonds, on the end of ESG. Now, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but the end of ESG does not mean that we can all just pack up and go home. Rather, it's about how we integrate these factors even more deeply into our business and into our practices. Alex will be sitting down to discuss this with Katie Murray, CFO from NatWest Group, and with Stephen Jones, Chief Investment Officer from Aegon Asset Management. And we'll follow that with keynotes from the world-renowned speakers John Kay and Satya Tripathi, who will unpack the theme further.
After that, we'll explore the theme of greenwashing, and with a panel and a presentation before hearing an update on the latest global sustainability trends, frameworks, I should say, from GEFI.
And then to encourage younger voices, we're going to hear from the Chartered Bankers Institute's Young Banker of the Year. And we'll follow that with Scotland's Cabinet Secretary for Wellbeing Economy, Fair Work and Energy, before taking on the social side of finance, the S in ESG. We're then going to give you a short break, you'll be pleased to hear. And then we're going to turn to nature, one of the key next frontiers for sustainable finance. And finally, we'll close the day with a look at purpose and leadership with Amy Clark and Nigel Kershaw, followed by a closing keynote from the Chartered Bankers Institute's CEO, Simon Thompson.
So as we officially open the Ethical Finance Global 2023 Summit, an important milestone for us this year in our Path to COP28 campaign. We invite you all to engage, to collaborate, and to inspire. Let us harness the power of ethical finance to build a future that is economically sound, socially inclusive, and also environmentally responsible.
Thank you, Omar. Together we can make a difference, and I have no doubt that this summit will be a pivotal step towards a world where finance truly serves a greater purpose. From the Library of Mistakes to the Radical Old Ideas series and our great universities, Edinburgh has propensity to convene great leaders like yourselves, to channel orthodoxy and foster a live, exciting, contemporary culture of inquiry. And we really want to see that come through today. As Vanessa said, a lot of our panels will be based around questions, so do get your thinking hats on and really engage with the day.
Great, and then I guess all that's left for us to do is really just to thank all of our partners, those who are appearing on the screen behind us now, the wonderful roster of speakers which Judith has mentioned, and of course the NatWest Group and all the GEFI teams. Without them, this would not have been possible, so huge thanks to all of them. So without further ado, let's begin this exciting journey. Welcome to Ethical Finance Global 2023.